Okay, here's the second sort of video to give you something to think about when you are sort of doing your editing, or even when you're planning your music videos, I guess. And this is how to do a split screen. Now you can kind of do split screen stuff if you were maybe doing like parallel editing, if you wanted to kind of divide the screen in half and have, like your music performer kind of, singing lyrics and then have some kind of story going on the other side of the screen. But you can also use it in a performance context as well. So what we can do here is, this works pretty well if you've got multicam footage, because it can help kind of spice things up. If you've only got, particularly a couple of angles, then by doing a split screen, then it can just add add a bit of variety. It won't work for everything, but I'm going to sort of show you how to do it. So the first thing you need to try and do is obviously get your head around your footage, and then think, okay, at what point do I want to come in and out, or where do I actually want to split my video footage? So I've got an idea with this, so I'm going to kind of stop it. It's like a little guitar break before I think a verse on here. So I'm going to make my edit there. So I'm going to select all of these, then just get my razor tool and sort of make a cut, then decide where my out point is going to be. And so it's going to be there. So let's just cut this stuff as well. Okay, so before that I'm just going to kind of move some of this stuff out of the way, so I've got a clear idea of when I sort of toggle the track output on here where I am. So I'm not too bothered about this top frame up here, so I'm going to delete that. This is my previous shot, so I don't want that. Let's actually just have a look and see what we've got. So we've got that one, and we've got that one. So my split screen I'm going to do between that shot and this shot, and I reckon he'll look quite good if he's positioned on the right hand side of the screen, because we can do like a bit of cropping and maybe kind of cut or sort of like mask off a certain area there, and this guy we can position him over this side. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this guy here. So if this is not showing your sort of stats and data up here, if you go to your little arrows and go to effect controls, the first thing I'm going to kind of look at or look for is position. So obviously make sure you've highlighted the thing you want to look at first. Then I'm going to use my position tool over here to move this guy. I don't know his name, we'll call him Bob. We'll move him over here. And we can do like a little bit of an adjustment at some point. And the other thing I'm going to do in my search, I'm going to type in, a bit of a spoiler, you saw it anyway, have a look for the crop function and drop that on here. And then you'll see over here you've now got the ability to crop your frame. So I want to crop from the right, so I want to try and gone a bit too far. My mouse is a little bit sensitive here. try and do it with my computer's being a bit slow. So you can actually do it with it's probably better if you actually do it with your mouse. I've got a bit of lag unfortunately there. Needs to come over a little bit to the left. Okay, that'll do for the moment. Then if we look at the other part, I mean, you can see obviously we've kind of split the screen there, but we've kind of chopped that guy's head off, so we don't want to do that. So if we double click on this bit, or click and just make sure you got your effect controls, and then position wise, let's move this guy over here, so try and sort of fit his head nicely in the frame, and that's not looking too bad. Now to be fair, we probably don't even need to crop him because he's sort of underneath there. What you can do additionally with this is if we go back to Bob, whatever his name is, and go to our effect controls, and you've got a function over here called edge feather. So you can either have a fairly sort of sharp, brutal sort of line here, but you can also kind of soften the edge sort of here as well. And if you wanted to, actually, if we just kind of move this out of the way, so actually I'm going to crop this so then we can do a proper feathering on it. So let's move that over there and bring the other guy back. And then if we edge feather that as well, then it just kind of gives you like a smooth transition between the well, not even a transition, but a blend between the two. And then if I bring back full screen shot, then we'll see how that, obviously we need to decide what happens after the cut, so I'm just going to move these bits out of the way for the moment, and let's see how that looks. Go from here. Okay, so that is how you do a split screen with a bit of cropping and also a bit of edge feathering if you want to sort of smooth out your edges. Okay, so I'd like you to have a try with your edit, to have a go at doing one of those. You don't have to do it when I've done mine, but I would like you to have a crack at doing that. Okay.